I did a video last week about people being miserable. And it's funny how I did that video and a situation went down. I'm going to play a small bit of the clip and y'all can go on TikTok and see the rest of it.
Today, I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny.
And this is for the black females. Some of y'all are really miserable and don't have nothing else better to do. And every last one of y'all gonna meet y'all match. She unalived her manager for bullying her. I'm not saying unaliving somebody is right because it's not right. But leave people the hell alone. I've dealt with this in my job and I've seen it. And they bother people for no reason whatsoever and they think it's funny. Leave people the hell alone. Now you got other people, they don't outright bully. They're sneaky with their stuff. Like they go to the manager and tell lies and make up scenarios and together as one brain cell working together. It's amazing to me. Another person you can't trust is, I told you in a video about the coworker named Christy, the white lady who wants to come and always gossip and always like she'll gaslight to try to get some drama stirred up so she can have something to talk about. But you know, you can tell somebody the sky is blue and the apple is red, and by the time they get done, the sky's red and the apple is blue. That's Christy. Let me tell you what she did. So, I was doing something. I got frustrated with something. And the account I think I got frustrated was her account, which was assigned to her. And when there's certain things we can't do as temps, so I had to give it to her because of her account. So we're talking about something. And I was doing something. And I was like, well, let me give this to you because I was told to give it to you because of your account. And she's like, yeah, right. And I was looking at something. And I was like, I was trained on how to do this, but I don't think this is how you're doing it. And she goes, a lot of the stuff isn't right. I think you should say something. Okay, whatever. But she just kept harping on it. I think you should say something to her. I think you should tell the manager. So as it goes on, the weeks go on, they changed up some stuff. And the items she was working on, they gave it to somebody else and gave her some stuff to work on. And it wasn't like how she did it. And she going, I got to clean up somebody else's mess, blah, 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 blah. She's upset about it. I'm telling the manager. I'm reporting it. So we have every 2 months, we have a meeting of everybody in the collections. So we sit around the table and they say whatever, everybody say whatever, they got concerns. Like every time there's an issue or something's not right or people are confused, everybody talks about it. The manager welcomes it. She takes notes because sometimes you don't know. They try to come to a conclusion. And she always asks if there's anything else I need to know about, need to work on, talk about. Every meeting. So they had a meeting, but the temps didn't need to be there because it was something that the other people needed to know. It wasn't something we do. After the meeting, I asked her, I said, so what did they say when you told them about the issue? Oh, somebody told me that if I say something, they're going to write me up. So I paused and I just stared at her. And she was like, I'll tell you about it later. And she walks off and I'm thinking, you lying. This woman welcomed questions and everybody take their chance to talk. We've done this in meetings before. So I walk in the lunchroom and I see her in the corner of my eye, but I wasn't paying attention. And I wasn't thinking about talking. I was warming up my food. And she calls me over and I said, what's up? And she asked me about the situation, trying to change the subject and try to determine away from the question. She asked me about, well, did you say anything about the training. I always will. You know, I ain't tell her that. I was like, about that. What did you say earlier about people getting written up because they're asking questions? Well, I was told that people are getting in trouble because they're asking questions. And then she tries to make like her phone is acting up. She's like, you know, well, anyway, I'm thinking to myself, people like that, gotta watch them. They're very sneaky. They're very underhanded. They will gaslight you to do stuff to get information and go run them out and stir the pot, and they just as phony as they want to be. I heard Joe Rattle a long time ago. Every time I look, you come into my desk to talk about the Puerto Rican lady. We have a Puerto Rican lady named Gazelle. Giselle. I keep calling her Gazelle. Giselle. She's a busybody. She talks. She likes to talk your head off. She walks around all day. She avoids work all day long. She do what she do. I don't care. I'm over there making my calls, reading my notes, listening to my music, or watching YouTube. I don't care what nobody do. As long as I don't hear gunshots or smell smoke, I don't care what nobody does at that job. But Christy, who hears and see a rat can piss on cotton and this heifer smells it before it hits the cotton. I don't know. Like, directly in front of my cube is the manager, the actual collection manager. To my left is Giselle, the Puerto Rican. And then diagonally from me, who's across the manager, is Christy. So I see the back of Christy's head. I can only see part of Giselle, and I have a wall that's probably about this thick where my manager is on the other side. And I don't know how she knows everything about this girl's life. She got a new man, and she's trying to hook people up, and la 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 la. Sit down and mind your business. Let her do what she want to do in this freaking building. Are you that miserable? Every time it comes to somebody, she always frowning up and I'm looking at you. I'm like, you got so much flaws till it's ridiculous, but you just all that. People like that. So I notice now you can kind of sense she's trying to back away because I done caught up in her shit. You lady, don't play with me. When I tell you, I tell myself every day because I've always been a people's person. And I always had bad vibes about people, and I always push through it, and I get myself in trouble. And I keep telling myself, don't trust nobody. Don't say nothing to nobody. And you know what's crazy? Even if you don't say nothing to nobody, have a conversation to yourself, they're going to find a reason to pick. And I'm to a point where I'm calling you out on your shit. Leave me the hell alone. Nothing else better to do than to go around bothering people. There's enough work you got to do because you complain about headache and all this work and stuff. Yeah. I'm over it. But like I said, I just posted a video about people bothering people. I don't know why it's so hard for people not to just sit down and mind their business. I hear a lot of women talking about how on the jobs, the black older women will bother the young black girls, and how people will go to work and don't say nothing, but they're doing their job and they call it an attitude. Why is that such a problem? Why can't you just leave people alone? You got the blacks bothering the other blacks. You got the races bothering the blacks. And then you got the Hispanic and the other races bothering the blacks. And then you got, I'm just tired of all of it. I'm tired of all of it. Leave people alone. Leave them alone. If they're not bothering you, leave them alone. I'm sick of all of it. It's ridiculous. But see, people will get tired of being harassed, and they're going to handle it just like that girl did. I'm not condoning violence, but leave people alone. And what I'm going is based off what's happening in the world, and I don't know what's happening until I see it on social media. It's ridiculous, man. Just leave people alone. You got these people who, every time they see somebody doing something, they're calling the police on them. This guy was delivering Propel water to a customer. And this guy on the phone, white guy, was all over social media, was blocking him and messing with him Do you know because it got posted and he reported it, Propel fired him? He recorded the whole thing. There was no yelling, cussing, and nothing. The guy was pushing him and he was saying, I'm delivering what? I'm delivering what? Like, why? I can't. I really want somebody to tell me why are people bothering people. Leave them alone. They're not doing anything. I saw a lady sitting on the thing. She was sitting on a park bench, and a woman came and harassed her. These people was at the beach with their own little setup, with their tent and their food and everything, and people just started walking up, trying to get under their tent and eat their food. And the guy was like, "No, no, no, this is ours. This is ours." And the people still like they were ignoring this man. And then when people crash out and go crazy, then they're the issue. I'm gonna work on keeping my peace, not letting nobody bother me, ignore the foolishness, but I'm gonna call you out on your stuff and I'm gonna need you to get on about your business. That girl on my job, the drunk, came to my desk. I had a portable fan on my desk. And this girl walked over as if nothing happened and kept asking me where I got the fan from. And I'm looking at her like this. That's why that 11 will never go. My facial muscles got a mind of its own. It's been here before. And I'm looking at her. And I said, "Are you bipolar?" And she goes, "What? Say what you got to say." I said, "I just did." And she keep asking me about the item. And I know she was going to start picking. She said, "Oh, you mad?" Because the manager had done talked to her. Because I told the manager what happened. And she was like, "Oh, you mad because I was telling you about your work?" This is what I told the manager, and I got it recorded on the phone. I recorded the conference. I said, "I'm okay with people telling me something, show me a better way. I'm teachable. Tell me if this is wrong way, this is the right way to do it. You know, you can look here to find out how to do it. I'm okay with that." But her drunken ass approach was what pissed me off. She did that to pick. So then she started to come into the cubicle. And I said, I'm on the phone. Get away from me. I shoot her off like the mutt that she is. It is better for her to blindfold herself and go play on I-95 than to play with me. It really is. I'm just saying. And she said something, she walked off. You don't never, ever, 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 ever in this lifetime gotta talk to me. Matter of fact, hold your breath until you think I'm gonna come talk with you. That might work out better. Because then we ain't got to deal with each other no more. I'm just saying. I don't condone violence, but do what you got to do. My message is leave people alone. Some people are not going to agree with this message. I don't care. But you might want to listen because, like I said, people are getting fed up. And the people who's yelling, she shouldn't have killed her, like they're ignoring the fact that something happened to lead up to this. And they're just focusing on the kill part. I understand that part, but it would have never got there if you didn't bully that girl. And it had been an ongoing thing. Ongoing thing. It is funny because these managers at some of these places, especially McDonald's and these fast food restaurants, and that's what it was at a McDonald's, just nasty. They sit around all day long and got the nastiest attitude. Because you make your 10, 11, 13, $12 an hour. Anyway. Y'all be safe out here. Later.